right. We're here. No time for intro, no time for nothing today. Just going live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Fuck it, we'll do it live. We're late. We're late. I was a little stuck on the stock network show. Had to do the whole show by myself, which was kind of fun, I guess. Not very different than what I have to do here. Basically talking to myself for a whole hour, but it was good. Uh, Now we're gonna do that again for another whole hour and basically repeat everything that I said. No mic. What do you mean no mic? My mic is working. Can you not hear me? It shows that my mic is working. It shows that my mic is being picked up. I hear you, but low. No way. It's probably because I'm looking away from it, or your mic, your headphones might be low, dude. You sure it's low? Mic test. I hear myself. It sounds good. You sure it's low? Sounds good to me. I hear myself. It sounds good. You're tripping me out, Dieter. Now you're good, buddy. You're good. Um. Okay, so where are we? Basically going to repeat a lot of the stuff that I was going to talk on STN or talked about on the STN network today. Some of the most hottest things that are happening in this week, mainly being the FOMC, which is on the Wednesday. So FOMC on Wednesday, you have some earnings names today. After hours, Toll Brothers is probably one to keep an eye on. There were some names in the after hours that moved around that the STN channel called out, such as ATMC. ATMC went up crazy in the after hours, all the way up to $99 from $11. This is an acquisition company, a reverse SPAC merger. They made a deal with HYMC Holdings, and this stock started going insane. Because of this stock going insane, its sister company ATMV also started going up, but then it got sold off right after that. And XCUR had a pretty good run up because of PR, medical PR, pharma PR, FDA catalyst PR. That's what they're called, FDA catalyst. PR. I'll cause the stock to pop up to the north side, but then if you look at this name on the daily chart, this stock has played some games previously, so you want to be very careful. Keeping an eye on this one tomorrow for sure, but you want to be pretty careful. Playing this. Some games will be for sure be played on this, but I think some opportunities will be there also. So XCUR, keep an eye on those. Those are the small cap names for tomorrow. Some earnings names that reported today: Toll Brothers, TOL, dropping to the downside over here as we speak, getting below 130 on the initial move, but trying to reclaim 130 right now. We'll see if it manages to stay above 130, but it's a slow mover. It's not a very active mover. I'm not as interested to keep an eye on this one for tomorrow on the day trade, but it's the only name that realistically we care for in the names that reported today after hours. Tomorrow pre-market, Campbell does have a nice little bottom where if it does break under that, potentially some downside comes into play under the $29, but without getting under 29, there's just no short for me. Maybe it pops into 32s, 33s, 35s, and then we can look for a short if you're interested to short this name. But if it's going higher, why not just join the trend by buying it on the dips, right? So if the stock is bouncing off at 29, it's back above $30, and the reports amazing, and the stock is just ripping to the north side, I'll look for a long somewhere here maybe. But if it's below 29, I think that's the much easier trade, the way easier trade, which is looking for a short below that 29 move on Campbell Soup. Next one was Sale Point. Not as important of a stock realistically, but I think it is a recent IPO, so there could be some opportunities because it's still trying to find its price itself, right? So there could be some opportunities over here. If it can get above this $20.50 resistance right off this pocket, I'm actually going to delete all my lines at the moment that I have drawn and just map that one out right there. So if it can get above this 2050 where we just popped into recently and show me buying above 2050, you know, it opens up maybe even at 21, it pulls back to 2050 and it goes higher, or it opens at 2150, it pulls back to 21 and then it starts to go higher. There could be a trade there for us to be involved in. You're gonna end up risking like 10-15 cents and get maybe 50 cents of reward for that very easily. So there could be a trade here on sale point. It all matters on how the stock trades around this $20.50 area. So keep an eye out for that. AutoZone is a way too expensive of a name. I was looking at that on the SDN chat. That was horrible name. We're not even gonna waste our time with that one at all. Is this ARQQ? ARQQ should be a quantum name. Yeah, ARQQ is in the quantum basket and they're reporting tomorrow. This will be something to keep an eye on. Reclaiming the 200-day moving average right now. A move above, I guess, 32 could get us a little excited on ARQQ. We'll see what happens with this. Let me just quickly open up my watch list and try typing a couple of these names. What's chat saying? Did that CEO say soup was poor people food or something? Did he? Did he say that? I don't remember him saying that. That's funny. Hey man, I love soup. But why would he say that? Because he sells soup. This guy's CEO's crazy. Campbell below 29. ARQQ above 32. Not really that interested in Toll Brothers. Sale point above 1. Sale point above 2050. Okay. Keep pushing myself on this chair back to the SGNT. Like $200 name? No, I'm thinking about a different name. $8 name, very low liquidity. We're not gonna care about that one. Yeah, not really any other names over here. I guess Ollie's, which is a retail name, like almost glanced over that, but that should be a pretty low volume name too. It's like, yeah, $100 name trading 2 million shares. I mean, it's okay, but it's not the greatest. I guess Ollie is a replacement or a direct competitor to Dollar General and Dollar Tree. So Ollie also is the best performer in that sector. So Ollie could be a good name to keep an eye out for. But yeah, I'm not gonna add it to my watch list. I'm just gonna pass on all these just like I did earlier. So we're gonna pass on all these, and we have a little decent watch list to keep an eye out for. Again, though, sadly tomorrow is FOMC. Sorry, not FOMC. Wednesday is FOMC. So I'm not expecting tomorrow to give you a whole lot of activity. We are getting some volume and some action on Nvidia in the after hours over here. Nvidia is pushing into $190 in the after hours with the whole China news. You know, Trump said that they are going to allow H200 to select approved Chinese customers. So because of that, AMD is making a little bit of a run up too. So some of these semiconductor names are being active. So maybe there is some activity tomorrow to be expected depending on how these semiconductor baskets end up coming into play. But if they are not helping us out tomorrow with the market going higher, then there is just no upside or I guess no real downside tomorrow to be expected either from the overall market. I'm just adding some of these stocks that we were just talking about earlier. Let me just bring this here. Adding some of these stocks that we were talking about earlier to my watch list. XCur, ATMC, ATMV, AMD, Nvidia, SMH. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much it, chat. Besides that, you have your obvious movers on a day-to-day basis, your Bitcoins, your if Bitcoin starts to get back above 95K, then we can start getting a little excited about Bitcoin again. Ethereum trying to do some fun stuff over here, get back above its most recent high, which is around 3,230. So all of these stuffs, I feel like, broken record. I've been saying the same stuff nonstop. I don't really have anything new to talk about. So let's see what you guys have in the chat. Yes, it got him fired. Ooh, he actually said that and he got fired. Okay, well, I guess he deserved to get fired, because if you said something so dumb when you are a company who sells goddamn soup, and you're telling soup is for poor people, as you deserve to get fired. You're absolute moron. You deserve to get fired. Let's go to the title, the name of the stock that's in the title today. Carvana making a new all-time high, a new all-time weekly high, basically a new all-time high. Why did I have to repeat a new all-time high? Carvana making a new all-time high, running up to the north side here, and it's a name that's worthy to keep an eye on. I didn't. Is it being added to the index today? At least it traded like that, but it is obviously being added to the index, if I remember correctly, on the S&P 500 ad, which is on the 19th of December. So I think somewhere going into that day will be getting added to the S&P 500 index. However, what an absolute turnaround story for Carvana. Previously a $400 name, drops down to $3, now comes back all the way to 450. Insane, insane, insane. So obviously keeping an eye out for this stock, keep an eye out for the moving averages, keep an eye out for the anchored VWAPs. So the after hour anchored VWAP, the pre-market anchored VWAP, today's anchored VWAP, all of these levels I'll be keeping an eye on to see how the stock reacts on the pullbacks, and possibly some trading opportunities. We've seen names like this get bought up for a few days in a row when the news gets announced. I guess this has been a little extended now. Carvana could eventually set up for a really good first red day short opportunity, but until that day comes, we're just gonna have to be patient. Let's go see what is Carvana on this scale. So yeah, Carvana is now getting into my intraday be careful territories for the long breakout. So you got to be careful and not take breakout longs to the upside. You want to be involved in pullbacks, because not only is this run up too quick. I mean, guys, this was at $320 just a few days ago, and now it's at 450, right? So way too far, way too quick. Some people chased the stock to the upside, and once the stock starts to go back down, the people who chased it, the smartest losers will be taking their loss first, right? And then the worst losers will be taking their loss later. You don't want to be a loser at all. So you just want to be patient and let it pull back when it does start to pull back. So right now though, it looks like it's on crazy trajectory, and we've seen stocks do this before, where when they're getting announced that they're getting added, they start going on an absolute run, a monumental run to the north side. Quickly pop out the chat here, see what the chat is saying. How no one in the USA is buying any big ticket items. I guess that's where Carvana is coming into play, because it's not a big ticket item at all. You're buying, second-hand used cars from Carvana, which are at least a little bit semi-vetted, and you have at least a little bit of guarantee that they're not the absolute beaters. Oh, I'm exhausted from all my talking today. I've been talking nonstop since like 3:30. I'm getting tired. I need an energy pickup, chat. I need some energy pickup, or I need some Coca-Cola before YouTube chat bans me for the wrong thing. I'm talking about Coca-Cola, chat, okay? Talking about Coca-Cola. All right? I need to pick me up. Also, I need anything all day today, which is my fault. Which is my fault. You know. Taking a little quick little breather. Right. Also got to check some quick little messages while I'm at it. Carvana. I do want to go get a snack though. Carvana. We are talking Carvana. So today's VWAP is 441, 442. I'll just say 440. Keep an eye on at Carvana around $440. What other stocks were uh is AppLovin being added? Okay, so even AppLovin, Robinhood, AppLovin. Wait, this was last edition. Never mind. Never mind. What was the image I saw earlier today? There you go. That's the one. No. Was an image. Where is an image? Actually, I should have the image downloaded. Give me a second. No. So Carvana, CRH, FIX, LKQ is being deleted. SOLS is being deleted. And then MHK is being deleted. So these are the important names for the S&P 500 index. We already talked about Carvana, and now we can head over to the next one, which is CRH. See how CRH is moving off of this most recent news. Even it has made a new all-time high, blasting off to the upside, breaking the Friday highs over here. Nice little break of all-time highs, honestly. Is it all-time highs? Let me confirm. Yeah, nice little break of that range over there. Look at that. Struggled to get above 122 and clearly getting above 122 today. Even on the pullback after the open, bounced on every single pullback. So looking like CRH is a good name to keep an eye out for. These are your addition and subtraction names of December 22nd. So we'll be keeping an eye on December 22nd. That's how they say that, but they'll be doing this on December 19th. So keeping an eye on this. FIX, is this Stitch Fix? No, Fixed Comfort. I've never heard of this name before. $1,000 name, very low liquidity. We're not even gonna bother this with this one. LKQ. Sometimes these names are just a no-brainer short every single day. And look at this stock actually. This one looks very nice if it actually is able to get below $28.42 tomorrow. This one is a very high priority for me because I like shorting names more than I like going longs on the day trading basket. So LKQ, because this one's getting deleted from the S&P 500 index, the chances are people will try to front run their sells before the S&P 500 does it. So once we see that natural selling coming into play, the stock shouldn't basically find any buying above $28.50. So any opportunity around this area, high priority short for me on this name tomorrow or any time of this week. So I want to see that one coming into play. SOLS. Let's go check out this bad boy. One of the more recent IPOs. Why was this even in the S&P 500 index? Oh, maybe they got acquired by another company or it's a spin-off, and that spin-off is a reason why S&P 500 has it, and now they just want to get rid of it. So S&P 500 looking to dump their position here, deleting this from the index. Very recent IPO though, surprisingly enough, but we'll see how this one plays out. I'm not sure how this one plays, but we'll for sure keep an eye on this. Okay, volume, $50 name with 3 million shares average. Okay, volume. Keeping an eye on this one for sure. SOLS, but it doesn't get any priority at the moment. MHK, Mohawk Industries. MHK, let's go check you out. $1 million average, less than $1 million average. Currently struggling, pulling back under the 200-day moving average. A little bit of a sideways stock overall, but looks like that news is for sure hitting the news wire and selling off this name. Out of all of these names, though, I think LKQ stood out the most for me, so we're gonna keep that one as the highest priority for the short side. And then obviously CRH, CVNA, both of them are getting added to the index, and both of them making a new all-time high. So watching basically the new all-time high levels, which is whatever the stock made levels today. Added, delete, delete. Okay, H200 news, and the rest of them are popping on that H200 news. Going into 190 was a pretty good level right there. Nice little inflection level on Nvidia, and if it manages to stay above 190, we'll be maybe getting some fireworks tomorrow. So we'll see how it actually manages to do that. It looks like, oh, they actually managed to break 190, and they're trying to push it higher. So higher we go on Nvidia, we'll see if the drop is that drastic tomorrow, or if this news is actually very good news and they like the way the stock is moving overall. So we'll see. We'll see how it plays out tomorrow going into the open. XCUR, ATMC, I'll mark it right now as a little bit of a priority. We'll see how they set up. And then some of these names that report earnings tomorrow. Pre-market, I think ARQQ reports earnings tomorrow. Yeah, so ARQQ tomorrow along with SailPoint and Campbell's. Chat, that's all she wrote. I don't have anything else to talk about. So if you have anything in the chat, let me know. Besides that, I think maybe I take an early day today because my throat is a little dry. I'm getting tired. Oh, I don't have the energy now. I don't have the energy now. But oh, I spent a lot of energy on Stock Trader Network today. Spent a lot of energy on there. Hopefully, I'll be able to do this tomorrow on a better. Guys, talking for 3 hours, 2 hours is not easy. Okay, it's very hard. It's very hard, and then talking about the same thing again is also very hard. Honestly, only reason I went live today is because TH is gonna complain that I didn't go live. So TH, you're welcome. But yeah, I basically don't have anything else besides that to talk about. So I talked about the earnings. I talked about the the little news in the after hours, XCUR, ATMC, and some of the addition names I'm keeping an eye out, and obviously the semiconductor names. That's basically all she wrote. You have nothing else besides that. Keep an eye on some of the hot movers and make some money, ladies and gentlemen. Make some money. What site do you use to create your watch list? Says Eddie. It's Notion. It's not a website. It's actually, I guess Notion is a website. You could go to Notion website and do the same thing, but I just download their their desktop app. The desktop app is this bad boy over here. I love it. I chart it and keep all my notes from the best trade that I see on the day, from my actual trades on the day, into notes that I take off of anything specific. Like it keeps a lot. It's my complete journal almost. So I love Notion. Not sponsored by them though. Not sponsored by them at all. All right, guys. Tomorrow again, 5 o'clock, because I will be having to do the STN show again. So tomorrow, 3:30 to 5, will be on the STN show. And then at 5 o'clock, I will be jumping on over here again. And then we'll do a little bit more prep on FOMC. So maybe some action over there. And yeah, I'll wish you guys the best. go contain your excitement into FOMC, because I think we'll have some fireworks on FOMC. Okay, thank you, and sorry for the lack of energy today. I love you guys. Thank you for the support. Peace.